Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 BMW i7 M70. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. So this i7 is finished off in mineral white metallic. MSRP is $190,000. Now this is a fully electric sedan from BMW. It's powered by a 105.7 kilowatt lithium ion battery pack along with dual motors paired to a single speed. This pumps out 650 horsepower, 748 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 6,200 pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It has a top speed of 130 miles an hour. It also has a total range of about 321 miles. With a level 3 charger as well, you can expect to see around 90 miles in 10 minutes and 200 miles in half an hour. This also has a wheelbase of 126.6 inches. Its overall length is 212.2. It has a width of 76.8 and a height of 60.8 inches. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling for this i7, you'll notice it has a little bit of a boxy design to it, but I think it's very elegant at the same time. And as we work our way to the front, you'll notice the kidney grille, which is finished off in chrome. There's also a sensor for the adaptive cruise, nicely integrated right in the middle. Forward-facing camera as well, there's the M logo. There's also active grille shutters. So the back section here will open up to provide additional cooling to all of the components that are located up front. There's also parking sensors as well, and the split design for the LED headlights, high beams, DRLs, and turn signals. There's also some cutouts in the far edges of the bumper there for better airflow and aerodynamics, as well as all the gloss black, which I think looks really nice, especially with all the body and the white in the lower section there. There's also two lines that come down the hood, and then the BMW badge has the blue outer ring to let you know that this is a hybrid or an electric vehicle. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a set of 21-inch wheels. It is a staggered setup, so they measure 9 inches up front, 10.5 inches in the rear, and of course this has the regenerative braking. There's also the M Sport brakes, which are finished off in blue. There's also the M badge just behind that. There's the power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal. The entire roof is finished off in gloss black, as well as all the window trim. And it's even on the door handles too, and then in the entire lower side skirt to match nicely with the rear section, as well as the gloss black that's up front. And then in back, there's the backup camera, which is integrated into the BMW logo itself. There's the LED taillights, which have a nice design, all of the sensors in the lower section, as well as more of the gloss black accents. Now, to work our way to the trunk space, you can use the button on the key fob or this one in the lower section there, and it will open up the power trunk lid, where this has a good bit of space. Now, with this i7, the back seats do not fold down, but you have a ton of space for any items that you would like to place in the back, including being able to lift up the floor where you have a nice deep compartment there. And then with the power trunk, you can close and lock it with those buttons up top. Now, a big factor or something very unique with this i7 is over on the passenger side rear seat. So in order to gain access to the interior, you do have the release, which is located underneath, so you can just reach around and grab that. Or if your hands are full and you can just get a finger there, just push on that button right there and the door is going to automatically open up for you. Where this has a beautiful interior. There's also brushed aluminum accents, and there's this small pad here where you can go through a lot more information. You have all of these different modes that you can set up. You have your radio, your media, you can get into your Fire TV, your phone. There's also displays, so you can go into your theater, which is this full screen that is currently flipped down at the moment, so you can watch some more information. You can easily fold it back up. You have your seat, your lighting, your blinds, and the seat adjustment is where you have a really cool feature for this passenger side. So let's hit it for the full recline, and you will notice that the entire front passenger seat is going to work its way forwards, where there's also a footrest in the lower section that will pop up. And as that is moving, the rear seat is going to start to recline, and there's even a leg rest that is going to fold up. So once that seat gets into its forwards position there, you will notice that the leg rest is starting to fold up, and this is where you want to be. So as I climb into the back here, You can put your feet up on that if you'd like to. I have my shoes on, so I'll keep them off there. But we have a very nice, comfortable recliner basically for the back of this. You can watch a movie, get chauffeured around in the back of this. So honestly, this is pretty neat. You can just relax in peace in the back seat here. Now, let's say you don't feel like grabbing or reaching for that door handle. Simply just push this button here that is closest to you, and the entire door is going to work its way back, where we can hit reset and the seat will start to go back into its normal position. Now, while that is still going on, right in the middle, we do have some air vents. There's also a little bit of storage in that lower section. Wireless charging is located in the middle where there's 2 cup holders, and then you can use this button here to open this up and then lock it back into place. Now, there's also storage with auxiliaries located in the middle, and you can actually flip this up and hide it away. So you can have a middle person in the back, but let's face it, really 2 people in the back with this down and these controls is really how you want to have it. Now, there's also the pillows that you have, and then there's air vents on the side. We have Alcantara for the entire headliner, as well as that moonroof there. And then with the seat finally in the resting position there, we do have massaging seats for the back, so you can go through all of these to adjust that as needed. And then you have your blinds, which you can also adjust as well. So you have the front, the rear, and you have the side shades. You can open and close all of them at the same time. You can also get into your lighting here for your reading lights, and then you have your climate adjustments that you can go through as well. There's also a little bit of storage in the lower section, and then you have that grab handle there. And of course, you can open and close this door manually if you would like to. And then there's the button, yep, right there again, where we can close that and then work our way to the driver door, where we have that same control. You can just push on that or use the one up underneath. And then for the door panel up front, it's just like the rear. However, we do have this lighting strip. There's crystal for the seat adjustments, as well as all the window controls, side mirror adjustments, trunk release, a little bit of storage in the lower section. Now, there's also a manual release on all of these doors. So we have the electronic release. If that fails for whatever reason, all of the doors have a manual release tucked up nicely just underneath that. This also has the Bowers & Wilkins audio, and then very nice front seats that mimic the rears, of course. Now, once you hop into the driver's seat, you can do one of 3 things. You can just grab the door handle, you can push on this button right here, or put your foot on the brake, and the door will close for you. So that makes it very nice. You can focus on what you're doing to get ready while the door closes. Now we have the solid leather steering wheel with some blue accents. Really cool design in the lower section there. There's also cruise control. You have your volume and music, along with a favorites button, Bluetooth voice commands, and there's also one paddle shifter. You have a boost paddle on that left side. But let's start this up. You're not going to hear anything, of course, being an EV, but it is going to do its chime there. As we take a look at the gauge cluster now, miles per hour is on that left side. Currently, audio is on the right side there. But if I push this button on the steering wheel, now we can go through some more of this content, and you can scroll through a lot of this information here. You can even pull up some vitals there with your range. You have some more content, even the augmented reality. So you can pull that up in full screen. And then you have a few more that you can go into, like your compass, you have the navigation, and then G-force meter and your music. You can also go to the layout and decide how you'd like to view that. So just a little bit different depending on what you're feeling. And then last one is for the head-up display, where you have a few that you can go through, pulling up the compass, your RPM, or just have a calm screen with miles per hour and the speed limit sign. Now on this left side, we have the fan adjustments along with your headlights. Really cool trim accent. There's leather on the dash there. And then with the infotainment system, this is a very large screen. We do have it on the home setting now, where you have a split view, so you can go through info on this left side as well as pull up the map on that right. In the lower section, all of this is fixed, so you can always get through all this information. There's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can also get into your charging, so you can go through all of that scheduling and monitor that as you need to. You can also go back and scroll through the rest of these. So you have a lot that you can go into. You have your climate adjustments that you can get into, along with your heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You can pull up the navigation in full screen. You also have music as well. And then your temperature dials are on both sides too. Now you can also use all the shortcuts down below to further go through this with that crystal rotary dial, as well as all the controls. There's even volume and tuning just behind that. So really easy system to go through. You'll notice too that this entire illuminated section is blue right now, which is a neat design. There's the fan adjustments, defrosters, even a control you can push to open up the glove box. So that will slowly open where you have a good bit of space. Now there's wireless charging up front. You have 2 cup holders that you can also hide away, so you can just close those. Ambient lighting is just in front of that. And then there's more crystal on the shifter, so push that forwards for the 360 view. You have some shortcuts on that right side, and then you can quickly go through all of these just depending on what you would like to see. There's even a camera cleaning setting that you can use to, of course, wash that if needed. There's going to be drive all the way to the back, and then you do have B, which is for the regenerative braking. So you can use that for more of the one pedal driving to charge the vehicle even quicker. Now park is behind that. There's auto hold. There's even the suspension settings, so you can raise and lower this vehicle. We have a shortcut for the camera system, and then if you push this control on the left side, that allows you to get into your driver assistance as well as your charging, even iconic sounds, which is how you can pipe in some different noises while you are under an acceleration. And then we are to the My modes. So you saw expressive on the gauge cluster earlier, and you can change these as needed. They will also adjust the sunshades in the back depending on the mood. So you basically have some presets in order to do that, and you can just pull up some funky designs depending on how you're feeling for the day. Now there's also the split design for the armrest where you have a few auxiliaries. Garage door buttons are up top. There's also some dome lights. You have controls for that sunshade. And then over on this right side, I believe this is some kind of camera system for your dash cam. So you have some controls that you can use to record. You can looks like you can go into your Bluetooth, and you have a voice commands for that BMW module. And then here's a look at visibility. Obviously with that screen down, it does hinder some visibility, but you can still see over both shoulders, and use your side view mirrors, of course, when that is down. When it's up, you have perfect visibility out of the back. As we set up now behind the wheel for the BMW i7 M70, this is the most expensive 7 Series that you can buy, closing in on $200,000 for this electric sedan. But this is something that is a lot different feeling than most BMWs that I drive. It is so quiet on the interior. I have been able to drive the 7 Series or the electric 7 Series before. This one here is just a little bit different with that rear seat lounge executive package for $7,200. So if you're buying this vehicle with that package, I would hope you are sitting back there and letting someone drive you around. So if you are the driver of this vehicle, this is very nice. It's so quiet, you really can't hear anything. I can hear a little bit of the AC, and that is about it. It is very quiet and peaceful. It's absorbing these bumps very well. This is a vehicle to just relax while you're driving from point A to point B. Even on some of these bumps here, you can hear them a little bit, but you don't feel them. This suspension does a really good job at just giving you that couch vibe while you cruise down the road. Now, this 7 Series also has all-wheel steering as well. It's a long vehicle, makes it much easier in the parking lot situations, maneuvering it around. It is a lot shorter for the turning radius with that all-wheel steering, so that's definitely a plus for this vehicle. But this is just nice to drive, and if we give it a mild acceleration here, you don't hear anything, but it'll put you back in your seat there. We can put it into sport mode now. Wow. And we are up to speed. It's so surreal feeling to get up to speed and not hear a single thing. You can even do it while you're at speeds because you have all that torque instantly. The moment you put your foot on that accelerator pedal, I mean, there's plenty of power for this heavy sedan. It does weigh more because it has the battery system, but it has plenty of power to make up for the additional weight. And let's use this paddle on the left side. If you hold that, it puts it into sport boost. You have a counter from 10 seconds, and you can put your foot on that accelerator and get up to speed. I'm not sure if it really modulates the throttle, but it gives you can definitely hear or feel a difference with just the power that you receive from the gas pedal there. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the i7 M70. We have the expressive mode on at the moment, so that is the background you are going to see with this gauge cluster here. And it's such a nice place to be. If you just want to get away from traffic you just want a very comfortable, quiet place to be or to get chauffeured around, this is definitely the vehicle to go with. And again, with that steering, you can easily maneuver this. It feels very luxury focused. Obviously for the price, that's what you're going to expect from this BMW. It's also very easy to use everything as well. So it's very user friendly, and it's going to give you everything that you want on your drive. I wish I could get chauffeured around and hop in the back seat to let you know what it's like to be back there, but pop up a movie, relax, have no one in this seat so you can push it forwards, and you're just going to have a really good, enjoyable drive from point A to point B. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 BMW i7 M70. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this sedan for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.